discussing a little bit more about our creative agency, New Age Digital.
Yes. So again, what's going to happen today is we're going to talk about how it all began, what makes us different, working with us, the challenges that we've faced and are still facing, and of course, how the coronavirus has affected New Age Digital, and some tips and tricks, I guess, on how you can make your own.
Yes. So first and foremost, New Age Digital started mid-2019. So it was really small beginnings for us. And that is very much like a normal part of how you start your agency. Basically, just a background on Erica and I, we were always in the social media marketing industry. So we were individually freelance social media managers. Erica was handling restaurants, and I was working with an influencer marketing agency and also handling a few retail brands here and there. And then, so basically we started really small. We were a team of 4 initially. That was really the core group of NAD. So there was Erica, me, our partner Anton, and our head of creatives, Melanie. So with that, we didn't have this office yet. We didn't have, all our gear yet. So we worked from home. We met up in coffee shops pre-pandemic. And then all the clients that we gathered from our freelance work, we shot for them in rented studios. So we would pay like 500 pesos a day just to, just like in this photo right here, just to shoot for them. So we gathered all our individual strengths, molded our dream team, and of course rounded up our individual networks and connections, and grew into New Age Digital right now.
Yeah.
So as you can see, here are some photos of us before. So we basically assembled everything here in the office, no help, just Erica and I. And then for our props, we got whatever we could see at home, like basta maganda siya or basta bagay siya sa branding ng client, that's okay. As long as it doesn't go off brand or anything like that. And then as you can see here, we rented studios. We actually asked some of our friends na photographers to help us, so it was really very much small beginnings for NAD.
Mm-hmm. And of course, now we have a team. We're about 15. So in the span of almost 2 years, we grew from 4 to 15, and we're quite proud of that. Like, we were able to find individuals with what we needed, and
same vision and dream.
And so this is our team.
Yeah.
And of course, so why would we say we stand out? First, it's always really been because we were social media managers. It's content creation. I think that's really our strength, that both Bella and I. So content creation is the top of mind for both of us. And then as we grew our team, we had to establish our niche. So it took a while. It doesn't happen overnight. We had to test different industries, different clients. Of course, we have a dynamic team of different individuals. We focus on our strengths as a group. So we kind of already figured out like what our weaknesses are and what we're good at. And then we focused on individual marketing and branding. And then we obviously strategize and we test all the creatives that before we put them out.
Mm-hmm.
We really go through the entire team. We really establish processes for that.
Create campaigns.
Yeah, to create campaigns. And of course, our team, relatively, we're all young. Just for fresh ideas, unique output that we can think of, the trends and all that. So I think that's why.
Mm-hmm. And then, so with that,
so we started mid-2019 and really, really moved into our office 2020, so 3 months before the pandemic. So from that day to now, when we see the clients that we worked with, it's still something that we're really happy about. If you notice, there are a lot of startups, a lot of smaller brands that we really enjoyed working with, because we wanted to help launch them, and because we were starting also, we knew what they felt like. And then of course, as we were going along, we got, of course, bigger brands, resort, skincare, Philips accessories, and so on.
Yeah, so you guys may wonder, how did we build our clients that we have today? So first and foremost, we really gathered both our past and current network. Like what we said earlier, we were already in the industry, so we technically knew what we were doing. We already had the connections or the people that we felt like, owned startups, owned brands that we could help launch online. So that then we also, looked into our personal connections. We started gathering all our, first, of course, Instagram, share about NAD on Facebook, and then comes LinkedIn, where we started connecting also with, more B2B type of personalities. And from there, our network grew. Of course, word of mouth is also very strong. So our friends that own restaurants referred us to different types of other friends who own this and who own that. So it was really from there, from how we created content for these people. It just grew and grew and grew, and we already, I can say, we made a name for ourselves because of that. And again, this is very important. So we really focused on building our niche market. We'll go into detail more about that in the presentation, but we really want to talk to you guys about why we believe, like, when you build your clients, you really have to narrow down into your niche.
Yes. So, of course, to follow with that, tips on strengthening the client relationship so that it's not just a one-time, you want them to stay with you. So for us personally, it's to be transparent. So Bella and I, whenever we sign clients, it's really, so some will be under her, some accounts under me, but we always want to know, we're together all the time, so we always keep each other updated on what the clients need, what we have to do for them. So we also have account managers, but we're always involved in whatever is happening with the clients. So we're transparent if we can't do something or if we can. And then with that, we've always had this, we had it on our board, under promise and over deliver. So for us, it's better that, like, we set expectations or we manage it. And then it's always better to just over deliver, right? It's better to go beyond than fall short on what you say you're gonna do. So that's kind of been our constant quote that we go by. And then, of course, that said, nothing's perfect. Mistakes are also made. So we have to also take accountability because especially when we were getting a lot, of course, there are times where you don't get everything right. That's normal. So you just take accountability and then you push for long-term partnerships if you can. That's why we really try to go for at least 6 months.
That's our minimum here.
Just so that, they also see the
results.
Output or the results of our work.
And then also here at New Age Digital, we really focus on our branding. We really focus on our own agency's marketing because, we're a people-to-people type of business. So if you see who you work with, like even sa website pa lang, like make sure you put all your, everyone on your website para people can see, okay, this company or this team is legit. They look like they're really good at what they're doing. So, and then of course, LinkedIn. So LinkedIn now is very important for us. Business development, talking about your brand, talking about your agency on LinkedIn, connect with whoever you can or who you feel like will resonate well with your brand, and do that. Then of course, Facebook and Instagram. So our B2C type of marketing naman. So I don't know if you guys been seeing our posts on Facebook, our posts on Instagram, our posts on LinkedIn. They're all different. They have different tones of voice. They have different types of content. It's because you're talking to different types of people. And then, as we said before, we were always in the influencer marketing agency, or we were always in that world, So we have tried to connect with influencers also because people really, believe other people. So it's nice that if you create a relationship with content creators, with influencers online, that can really help. Of course, familiarize yourself on Ads Manager, run ads consistently, never not run ads. So it's really what we manifest here also in that is that, now it's really hard to just be organic. You always have to also put out money in order for people to see you online. And then we also launched our YouTube channel. An inspiration for a YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, Gary Vaynerchuk. So he really, pushed us to create content on YouTube wherein we share different tips and advices like this to our subscribers naman on YouTube. And then again, release content everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, just post 3 times a day if you can. Just keep being seen, keep being heard.
Yeah. And so an example of these photos are us doing, behind the scenes. This is also NAG TV and all the shoots we've done. Yeah, we just really take as much content as possible. It's better to have more than not.
Yeah. So we also recently created merchandise for ourselves. We plan on, making more t-shirts, hoodies, so that it's just like you keep seeing the brand everywhere, basically. Again, so with that, definitely starting an agency has its ups and downs, and more of challenges came, our way until this very day. Yeah. So of course, we wanted to jot them down into these 3, which are capital, clients, and team. So with capital, of course, starting as a small agency, we basically didn't really have to. Well, we put out money, of course. So in terms of capital, you always have to have a certain, know how much you can put out, and then know also what you want for your agency. Like if it's a startup, you can put out a certain amount of money. But if you want to grow big, then there's always ways or find ways and means to get that capital for your agency, because in the long run it's really gonna help. That's why also at the beginning, just to be transparent, we charged 10,000, 15,000 for our starter packages, which was really low. But then because we wanted to focus on the startups. But then again, now we bought equipment, we bought cameras, we added from 4 people, we're now 15. So of course with that, we had to increase our rate. So now we're at 30,000 to 40,000 for our packaged rates. And then of course clients. So again, in the beginning, we were just accepting whatever na lang, sige game.
Yeah, but that's a good thing because it gave us a lot of experience.
Yeah.
And our rates, like she said, it was smaller before because we also knew our limitations. So we knew what we could produce.
Yeah.
And of course now as the clients, now that we kind of experience all kinds of clients, we are able to kind of filter it better.
Yeah. So filter it better. That's why now we're really focusing on our niche, which is lifestyle, beauty, and fintech. Ang layo ng dalawa. But we have a team we have the beauty team, and then we have the fintech team. So that's really the strength of that. So that's what we really want to talk about. Our challenge is really who did we really want to cater to in the beginning? Sino ba talaga yung clientele natin here sa New Age Digital? And then, of course, the team. So, in regards to the team, it's the beginning. Of course, it's okay, but we outsourced people. We outsourced photographers. We outsourced creatives, which is okay. But then again, it's more costly than having them in-house. So at the end of the day, it's really better that everyone is just in-house.
Okay, so let's talk about the pandemic. So we're not spared from the effects of that as well, because when we really started when we moved in, in 2020, it was literally 3 months before lockdown. So that really affected us because we were really still new. We were just moving into our office. And I remember there were so many like new guidelines and rules. So we were really worried because a lot of our clients,
Or food and bev.
Yeah, we're food and bev.
Bars,
restaurants. And so not to no fault of their own, some had to close, some really had to just shut down first. So of course, we felt bad, and we thought, okay, how is this going to affect us overall?
And we lost some of them because of that.
Yeah, and not just that, other brands also just couldn't afford to like have somebody else do their marketing. So we had to really adapt and observe what was going on. We had to make do with what we could and help whoever clients we still could. And then that's kind of also what led us or what shifted us to the beauty and skincare brands, because they were still doing really, really
thriving.
Good.
Yeah. So with all of that, we just wanted to share our advice, of course, based on experience. So first would be to master the mechanics and tools of all social media platforms. So, like right now, it's actually pretty much easy to try and learn online of like, if you want to be more skillful on LinkedIn, if you want to cater to the B2B, then go for LinkedIn. If you want to cater to B2C, then focus on Facebook and Instagram. It really depends on you as an agency or you as an individual, what market you guys want to tap into, because then there's also agencies now that just focus on e-commerce, on handling brands Lazadas or Shopee. So it really depends on you, but our advice would just to be master the mechanics and tools of the social media platforms that you guys want to cater to on social media.
And of course, with that, it's of course never stop learning. The thing with social media is, even with us, we've had our Instagram account since they started, and it's grown so much. So our advice also would really be, don't stop learning. Like we did Ad World last May. So, we just wanted to see what the other people from all around the world had to say about TikTok. Because like I just got on board on TikTok recently, and there's just so much already to learn. And I thought, no, it might be simple. And even with Facebook or Instagram, which I've been on for a really long time, there's always new things, new trends, new updates. So you constantly have to keep up, which is good, because that way you kind of don't get left behind and you can offer clients something new all the time.
And then again, so recognize your niche. This defines your agency's strength. So in the beginning, we were accepting whoever, like from adult diaper brands to just like kung ano-ano na lang. And then
like shoes, clothes.
Yeah.
There's so many.
There's so many.
Cosmetics.
And plants.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A plant brand. So it was really just a lot. And then from there, we were like, no, we gotta focus on our niche. We gotta like narrow it down. Ano ba talaga yung nad? Ano yung gusto namin for everyone? And which makes actually our lives easier also in a way.
Yeah.
Because example, if you already recognize your own niche, a beauty brand shoot, or a restaurant shoot, if that's your niche, would be so easy na. You have it in the back of your head. Fintech jargons, copywriting, captions would just be like, madali na yan for you, because we know your strength, you know where to focus, and from there you also know how to charge, like you know how to package yourselves, because you have a niche, and that's just really something we just want to put out there, is just build from that niche, recognize it, then focus on that, and for sure it's going to go a long way, because there are just so many brands out there. You guys don't know that there's a lot. There's a lot talaga. Don't be scared na, my niche is only beauty brand, pero ang konti lang nila. Hindi. There's a lot. And you can just focus nationwide, globally, But yeah, so define that, and then you guys are good.
Yes. And then, of course, we always push content, content, content. So with us, we've documented the whole journey from just so we can also see where we came from, like, how empty this office was and what it is now.
Even this talk we're documenting.
Yeah. Everything. Even just the shoots we've done on location in the studio, to see like, okay, before we only had these props, now we have this, and just you can see how you improve, how else you can improve. And yeah, it's just nice to see how far you've come, really. And all the content like this, like we're sharing now, it's nice to also show people that, hey, no, we've learned a lot, and this is where we started, this is where we are now. So,
it adds value to you as a brand. Value. Yeah, to show that it's relatable, it's real, like we're actually shooting this, we're doing it on our own, and if clients see that, they're going to be genuinely happy, and they're not going to say, oh, these guys are hard selling themselves so much, like all they do is post about
them
or like inquire with us, email us, but like that's also always the end goal, to like always have people inquire with you. But imagine if you create value, if you create a relatable type of content. Like, don't think of your Instagram as an art gallery, like just be real, and then that's genuinely gonna help you guys at the end. And
so with that, I mean, you also want to, like with us, through our NAD TV, it's to be a thought leader. Just also, again, giving value, sharing whatever information we've learned along the way as well, and just also giving the advice and sharing tips, and wanting to help others also figure out what they can do in the creative industry.
So if you guys check out YouTube, NAD TV, we release weekly or monthly content, and sometimes we mix it up with interviewing some personalities that we feel like are, of course, relevant to the brand. So like, let's say Yasi Pressman, because she has her own online brand. So we think interviewing her will also, like engage with her followers, with real people. Or Sam Pinto.
Because she also has her own resort and her own retail swimmer brand. So, it just also gives them an avenue to talk about how they thrive because of social media.
And then with being thought leaders, of course, it's always to give out value. So that's also one thing that we really we value here at NAD, is to just, give. Don't just always take. So try to, like be relevant, release content that you feel people online will share, will comment, will benefit, will talk about, they like you because you like them back, parang ganon. So just always think of the people on the other side, the people you're talking to, and never ever forget to give out value to them also. And so thank you so much for listening to us. I hope our small or our quick presentation was something that you guys learned from, and
or you have at least one takeaway.
One takeaway at least, or two.
But thank you to GetCraft as well for this opportunity.
Thank you, girls. Thank you so much for that very inspiring presentation. It was very interesting to see how you guys built your own company from the ground up. And also leveraged on your advantages, and also finding your niche in the process. Okay. So let's move on to the Q&A portion. For those that are attending, if you guys have any additional questions, feel free to send them. And don't forget to click on the question mode so that we'll see them right away. All right. In any case, I will start. So we did receive a private message. Discussion goes, I am an independent creative, working solo most of the time since it's his or her comfort zone. But this time, I want to work with a team, but I'm scared since most of my friends are not in the same industry. Would there be any advice on your end if I want to test the waters, like finding the right partner or BFF? I guess in terms of business partners, since you guys also have that sort of connection as friends. How do you guys work together and also, I guess, build a boundary between business and personal life?
Yeah. Well, to start, it's good that you wanna venture into that because at the end of the day, no man is an island.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't, or Erica wouldn't be able to do this or do New Age Digital alone. But then again, we're also very different. Like we have different, I guess, know your strength as an individual, because like here at NAD, we have a partner who focuses naman on finance.
Yeah.
He doesn't do content creation. He focuses on the managing the company, like the day-to-day operations. So with that, I guess it also depends on your strength as an individual, and don't be scared to ask around.
Yeah, don't be scared to ask your friends. You'll never know.
Don't be scared.
With Bella, like, well, I guess it helped that she knew I wasn't doing the same thing, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
But you'll never know, like, if you know your friends, maybe it's not what they're doing yet, but it might be something they're willing to learn.
Yeah.
So like with us, yeah. So sometimes you just kind of have to see, and then you test it out. Have them, you guys have to practice also, and then they might really enjoy it. Yeah. Like there were so many things in, example, TikTok or all these other things that I had to learn along the way because I wasn't really good at it, or I didn't know what to do. So in your case, ask your friends first, see what they can be good at, practice, test it out, like maybe test layout, flat lays, or photography, basic editing. Some things you just have to learn first, and then you never know, they might actually really be good at it. And then in terms of finding people, with us, well, of course, we ended up hiring. We looked for Facebook jobs, and we asked around who wants to do a certain thing. So that's another thing that you can consider.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. Next
question.
Next question is, did you guys give yourselves a specific timeline for various phases or milestones? I'm assuming you guys had your own sort of timeline in during the progression of your company. So how were you able to drive yourselves to meet those specific goals? Like, for example, you mentioned that you guys started for lang kayo, and then suddenly, where did you put that deadline? Okay, this is the time that we need to hire. This is the time that we need to up our game, start our YouTube channel, etc.
Honestly, it really all just happened. If we were to be honest, but then now with Nat, like just last year, we already started doing campaigns. Like on this month, we want to focus on TikTok. Next month, we want to focus on email marketing. But in the beginning, like when we were 4, we would never imagine. Because we really wanted to focus on startups. It's really what NAD was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a small agency helping small brands. So we wanted small pero madami.
Yeah.
But then we realized na money-wise, and also because we started, purchasing all our equipment, we're like, wait lang, parang mali.
Yeah. But but to answer the timeline, we didn't have one in the beginning. We just said like, okay, hopefully in 6 months we can have.
And also the pandemic happened, so we were like, ala, everything is.
Yeah, so like we said, kanina, we had to adapt and just go along with the flow of things. So it was really different for us because 3 months in, the pandemic hit, so we lost clients. And then I think we just said, okay, guys, we have to recover at least within 6 months, and then by at least 1 year in, we have to have 6 people or 7 people. It changed along the way, honestly, because we also had to go with what was going on around us. Yeah, unfortunately, it's so hard to say, by 3 months, by 6 months, but I think overall we said by 1 year we have to assess like where we are and how we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good to hear that you guys have been very flexible, given that the pandemic was something that was so unprecedented for you guys to soldier on last year, especially, and now finding your footing and your grounding in the industry is really nice to hear. Okay, great. Next question. This is from another person. I am about to start a creative agency. What are the top 3 most important things you think I should focus on?
Top 3.
Start your creative. Is it how big of a creative agency? It really depends. Well, maybe based on experience na lang.
Yeah. I think with us,
people talaga.
On your experience, I think they're from starting small and then slowly building your way up.
Yeah, well, I would say the first would really be the people, because if you're an agency, you're a people to people, you're servicing people. So it's really important that you focus on growing your agency through the people you work with. So I would say gather, a good team, start with a good team, because again, we were just 4, now we're 15, and I think it's really because of the people we started hiring, and yeah, one would be people.
Yeah, and then I guess really define what it is you want. I mean, again, like she said, like what kind of creative agency, what that means, like, are you going to focus on e-commerce? Are you going to make collaterals for Shopee and Lazada? Do you want to explore that? Or do you want to be more on the Instagram and Facebook? I think define that. And then from there, so define what creative route you want to go. And then you get your people, you get the team. And then be willing also to spend, like save your money and then spend it on the right things, so that you can execute your plans. And then what else? Because that's what we really needed. Yeah. Like we had to spend also before we could really do what we wanted to do.
Yeah, it's because we really wanted, in the long run, we wanted to be a bigger type of agency then. So hence we charged bigger at the end, because we had to, we had to buy equipment, we had to pay the people that work for us or the people we work with. So yeah, it's really defining what type of agency you really want to be in the long run.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. So to summarize, your top 3 would be, of course, people, your creative niche, and lastly, your capital. So being willing to spend.
Yeah, that's based on what our goal was.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. Next question that we have, at what stage or point did you guys feel that NAD made it? Or where did you feel that more or less, okay, we are sort of stable? I know that you guys are still continuing to grow and to learn in the industry, but versus how you guys started, versus when you guys started, when did you feel na parang, okay, we are going somewhere with this business?
For me, I think because in the beginning, like what Bella said, we really relied on our personal networks, and those were our friends, people we worked with in the industry, entertainment and all. I think for me, I felt it more when brands were directly calling us and we didn't know who they were, and then they said,
like random people.
We saw your work with this brand. There was one who saw our content, and then they really they made their way into finding out who created it, and then they found out it was us, so they would reach out to us. Or if bigger names would even refer us. And so we've had like global clients reach out. So yeah, that to me was when it really hit me, like, okay.
This is where we're attracting people to inquire, which is we always, in the office, we're always like, we have to be pitching at least every week to new people, whether it's our friends, whether it's random people that we acquired online. So
because in the beginning it was really a lot of referrals from friends. It was always like when we would go over our list of, okay, where did you get this? Oh, that's from my friend who knows this person, or oh, that's from my cousin, and people we worked with. And then I think around the 5th month we kind of already talked to everybody we knew. So when brand new clients came in, or potential ones that we didn't know at all. That's when we realized.
And big names also at that. So that means content we're creating online is actually working. Yeah. It's rewarding to see different brands go to you rather than
you trying.
Yeah. So I think that would be one.
Okay, great. Thank you for that, for answering that question. Next question that we have, I think this is more personal question. So, what was your worst client experience, and how did you sort it out? If you would like to share you don't have to mention the client's name.
No.
Worst client experience.
I know. Like a challenging experience.
No, okay. Well, you start.
Okay, so mine would, just anticipate. There's always going to be the mean clients talaga. And again, like how we said kanina, just be transparent. Like if you can't do that, then just tell them. But so my worst would actually be, hindi naman to the point na minura ako, but parang basta choice of word, like
it was just the way they how they started talking to
like
Bella.
They started parang it's because okay, so what happened was parang may post na hindi siya lumabas at a certain time, which was supposed to be scheduled. So, but lumabas pa rin yung post, but not like parang it was just a bit late. So because of that, client got really pissed, like really mad, and then started parang devaluing me in a way. And syempre, you can't take it personally because it's all about work. But of course, you're just human and it hurts. I mean, it's not like the client called me names, but it was like, this is unacceptable, stuff like that. Yeah. So, anticipate mo na lang yun. And just take it professionally and just brush it off.
Yeah, but the thing is also, she took accountability for it.
Yes, and take accountability.
She said sorry, and
because whether you like it, it's always the client that's technically right. Mm-hmm. So you always have to take accountability for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt na lang, no?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, with me, I mean, I can't say I've the worst. It's just really sometimes when there's no like because I'm relatively like I'm really friendly with whoever I'm talking to with the account. Sometimes it's like it goes beyond like work hours, and so sometimes it really gets overwhelming. Like they just feel like they can always contact me, and so when I don't, because there's a lot of things going on, and we also have our personal lives outside the time of work, it's like they get offended or they feel like we're not really there.
Like, pangit ng customer service kasi hindi nagre-reply agad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yun nga, just take accountability, be professional, and don't try not to take it too personally based
on personal experience. No,
I'm sure you experience that too.
It's not a rare occurrence. I mean, everyone who's been in the industry for a while has sort of a similar experience. All right.
It's bound to happen.
I mean, we've had a client who just really said, who just like went off, who's also gone off on us on our like group chats, and like really would, one error, they'd be like, this is the worst, you guys are awful, like
you guys aren't prioritizing me.
It's I apologize for that experience, but thank you guys for keeping it professional and soldiering on. All right, let's move on to our last question for you guys. How do you handle the pitching culture prevalent in the advertising industry? Do you entertain RFPs from companies asking for free pitches?
Yeah, we do. We actually, but then it really, so first we ask how many bar pitching. If it's if it's more than like 15 agencies, then parang baka hindi na kami mapansin.
Right.
But like if it's just 5 of you, then go. I mean, you have nothing to lose. Free pitches are, I mean, it's okay. It's okay to accept free pitches, but it also depends how many of you are pitching.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we accept naman free pitches.
Okay.
Most of them are.
Yeah, most are. We actually thought about it. Like, do we sell our campaigns? Do we sell our pitches? But then again, it really depends talaga kung sayang eh. Like especially us, we're just starting. I mean, we have nothing to lose, and if we have time and we have the team naman to create the pitch that we wanna show this client, then why not? As long as they sign an NDA and they don't use the pitch or the campaign we made for them, then that's fine.
Yeah, and it's easy. Well, not easier, but because of the pandemic culture, like all our pitches have been online.
Yeah.
So it's not like we have to go out of our way to like go to the place and like have the whole setup. It's now all been through Zoom or Google Meet. Mm-hmm. So, nothing to lose. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Bella and Erica, for your insights. This has been a wonderful session with you two. And I hope that everyone else learned from your presentation and question and answer portion.
Everyone can reach us online naman if they have any more inquiries. We love to answer and talk about our experience and help others.
Yes, you guys can definitely check out Bella and Erica and New Age Digital on their social platforms and also on GetGrab because they're also new creators on the platform.
Yes, we are.
All right, thank you, ladies. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.